Hello viewers, I'm SB, and welcome back to Endless Legend, where today we are beginning a new game on Impossible as the Kapaku. Survivors of the decimation of their own world, the Kapaku have slumbered for centuries as they cross the stars. Emerging onto Auriga's horrifyingly vibrant and green lands, they have a single aim: to recreate their old world of ash and lava. So, I guess depending on how you want to define native, you could arguably say that most of the races that we've played so far, most of the factions we've played so far, are not really native to Auriga. But the Kapaku are the only ones who have come here from another world for the purpose of settling here. Like, they came here more or less on purpose. However, they're just very not well adapted to the land. I think it's, to some extent, I think it is like a choice of convenience. This is the world they could get to. You'll see that in the cinematic here in a moment. But as we are born of ash, hailing from a world of rock and fire, we don't do so well outside of that terrain. Most factions cannot get food from volcanic tiles under any circumstances. For the Kapaku, it's the exact opposite. We can only get the food that is on volcanic tiles. All other tiles have all of their food removed for us. In addition, our armies do have the ability to heal in volcanic terrain, which most factions don't, as we've seen in the past. And also, we get bonus stats when fighting on volcanic terrain. Obviously, there will already be some volcanic regions just on the world map, but the Kapaku also have the ability to spread that terrain type, although it can be very expensive to do so. During the Dust Eclipse, our shamans can locate confluxes in their own and neighboring regions. Notice it says explored, so we can see what tiles have confluxes on them, even outside of our current vision, but not in completely unrevealed maps. So it's definitely to our benefit to get a very clear picture of the area around our cities as quickly as possible, so that we can snag the movement confluxes and stuff. And the Kapaku get about 50% more effect out of each conflux. It's a pretty powerful thing, actually. The Kapaku are fascinated by endless technology. So every time we search a ruin and we get something out of it, we will also receive some science. And it's a small amount of science at first, but it scales up over the course of the game. And round about the time that we're pulling, like, endless mechanisms, we will get a healthy boost from researching all of those ruins. In addition, any tile that has a ruin on it has +3 science yield, so it's actually valuable for us to settle near them. We are stargazers, so we always know exactly how many turns until the next eclipse. Well, while it is summer, we know how many turns until the next eclipse, which can be very helpful. We have the ability to deploy the volcano former, which is how we spread volcanic terrain around. And then I usually don't talk about the unique techs until we're actually in the game and we're like picking them up, but I do want to talk really quickly about the golem camp, because this is going to affect the way that we settle a tremendous amount. Once we research this technology, which comes in Era 2, we will have the ability to build a golem camp for some amount of industry, and then also, I believe, 5 titanium and 5 glass steel. Or it might even scale up with the number of golem camps you have. I don't remember. It's been a while. But when you build a golem camp, you pick a tile somewhere in that city's region. The golem camp takes over that tile and exploits it and the 6 surrounding tiles for the city. It's like getting to build a burrow anywhere you want. So tremendously valuable. Really, really, really important building. And like I said, it's going to affect the way that we position our cities a lot, because we're going to be thinking about where we want each city's golem camp to go as well. And then we get to start the game with topography, which is fine. This is just showing the geomic labs, but this is also the technology that gives the big +5 science per citizen working on science building. Volcanic terrain tends to have science on it, so the geomic labs will be very powerful for us. And we start with Alchemist's Furnace. Easy access to titanium and glass steel. As noted, we're going to have a lot of use for both of them, because we got to make golem camps out of them in addition to all of the things everybody else uses them for. But on top of that, we also need strategics to make the volcano formers. They are made out of strategic resources. So really need to get those locked down, and we need to heavily prioritize regions around us that have lots of strategic deposits. Okay, and with that, let's go do the thing. I will see y'all in just a moment.
Our world was a paradise of ash and fire until the gods brought their doom upon us. Even with our golems, our ingenuity, we were no match for their power. Broken and scattered, we would have perished if not for our saviors. They brought us to this world, gave us a new purpose. And new powers to make it ours. And we will make it ours. No matter the sacrifice.
Well, you know, the deal is it's not going to be a sacrifice for us, right? Ooh, neat. So both the bringers of the doom and the saviors in that little story are the Endless, different factions of the Endless. There's a great big war, a whole lot of stuff happening sort of off-world that is indirectly relevant to what we got going on here. We're just not going to worry about it for right now. But I will say that it really makes everything about the game fiction feel so much more grand and expansive that there are things about it that are not directly relevant to what we're doing. Anytime all of the world building is relevant to the story you're telling, it makes that story automatically feel sort of like contained in a way. There's just a nice there's a nice narrative world building trick there for, I don't know, all the people out there who are GMing fantasy role-playing games and stuff. Anyway, let's talk about the situation we actually find ourselves in. We have a Draken player here, Samutanda, and we have a bunch of anomalies clustered around this weird little bottleneck. Also, 70 dust and 2 science. Hooray. 2 science, obviously, pretty bad value. That number will scale up. Actually, I believe that was low even for what we can expect to see right now. So yeah, there's a pretty interesting area right here, isn't there? I'll be honest with you, I wish this temple ruin was in that space instead, but overall pretty good. So let's talk about our initial units here. First of all, we have a totally normal settler, no tricky cavalry, 6 movement stuff, just a basic settler, pretty adorable. Oh, I guess it does have inner fire. It does plus 20% damage on volcanic tiles, as do all Kapaku units. So that's something, I suppose. All right, this here is the backbone of our army. Basic heavy infantry, pretty low attack, decent base damage, very high defense, and of course that same inner fire. Because they are made of stone, they are disease immune, pretty good against necrophages, and we can go 2-handed sword for infantry slayer or 2-handed axe for range slayer. Also, pretty early in the faction quest, I don't remember exactly at which step, but quite early, we're going to get an upgrade that makes these have no upkeep cost anymore. So we can be running a lot of stone sentinels, and they're pretty hard for some factions to deal with. They're just a really annoying unit. In addition, we have our starting hero, who is actually a cavalry hero. And I don't know that we've used a lot of cavalry heroes to command armies here. That's definitely what Makani Che will be doing, though. Because you can see Army Boost 2, which stacks with everything, and no governing capacities whatsoever. Makani Che is spears for anti-cavalry, or one-handed hammer and shield, or two-handed hammer. And we've seen the Kapaku faction tree lots of times, because we use them to govern all the time. This cavalry class tree has a pretty bad first skill. I mean, the 3rd rank of that is good, but obviously 3 attack is like nothing. But then into Agile Mover, bonus accessory slots, and then either initiative for units in the army or damage for the hero personally, and then this. While I think the cavalry tree is a lot less good than pretty much all of the other class trees, Stirring Dragoon itself is a heck of a skill, because remember, a point of morale is a 15% adjustment on attack and defense. So this ends up being an awful lot of stats for your army, especially in the mid and late game. We'll be going for that bonus movement right away, though. And because this is a cavalry unit, it does have more movement than the rest of our units. So let's get separated right away and go have a look around. Oh, cliff. What do we got here? Hernas. The orc archers in our home region. Looks like some ocean access. Do we want to consider... I mean, this is a lot of anomalies stacked on top of each other, but I guess we're only actually able to benefit from 2 of them. We are getting the bonus science output from the ruin, though. Yeah. As much as I like to get an early ocean contact, you know I do. We're going to be hard-pressed to do better, I think, than where we started here. Settling in this location, getting the benefit of both of these anomalies and the extra resources from that, and then having a 1-tile expansion to the coast is, like, potentially a competitive move. Let me look around a little bit more. Got some Gelderus to the north. And wow, not a lot of other ruins within movement distance. Just like kind of hard to know where to go. You can see a lot of garbage tiles out here because we do not benefit from the food on any of them. So let's compare actual numbers. Right here, we're 14, 15, 7, 7. No bonus approval, but that's pretty great statistically. Compared to 12, 15, 7, 6. This has a 1-tile expansion for another anomaly. This is a 1-tile expansion to some water. And then, yeah, I think I'm gonna just put down right here. This doesn't give us the ocean access, but not being able to settle on the first turn is a pretty significant cost. And we can always get ocean access by founding our second city near the coast, right? All right, so we are 2 turns to our first birth. We found it in a place where 3 of the tiles have science, so this is okay. We're definitely going to lead with the Founders Memorial for the food and industry, though. Does this put us on 3 and 3? Nope, it doesn't even take a turn off the memorial. Okay. And we can see down here from the timer, 15 turns until the dust eclipse. So this 5 to 25 is it's going to happen pretty late in that 5 to 25 window. Still, though, I think this is probably the case that we don't want to research cultivation before winter. I don't know that we would have the time to benefit from it. Let's get language square quickly, as we usually do, and then we'll work on it from there. Yeah. Overall, I think this is a compelling start. And then we can put a golem camp down here later and still benefit from all these resources. Yeah, I think this was the right move. I don't know, I'm pretty torn. It really is a large cost to not settle on the first turn. You are falling behind everybody else a lot by doing that. All right, the faction quest begins. From the Journal of Custodian Actil. Ash buries all in time, but still we mark the pages and pass down the stories before the all-consuming fire comes. Auriga frightens. Vast, sparkling blue oceans, crisp green plains, snowy wildernesses. A sickening panorama, not unlike the hellscape the machines made of our world. 12 and 5 fire births we have witnessed, cowering and huddling in the shadow of the Endless's great vessel that carried us to this world. Why they saved us, I know not. Time untold we slumbered in their cold crypts, held in dreamless sleeps by strange machines beyond our understanding. Too long, I fear. Upon our arrival, we discovered several intelligent life forms on the planet. It seems Auriga is not the clean slate the concrete made it out to be. Overseer Elohis claims to be as shocked as we are, for what that's worth. For all it's done for the Kapaku, the thing unsettles me. Ancient living brain entombed in a walking coffin, at once magnificent and macabre. I often spy it in kindled conference with Custodian Tua, but she never shares of what they speak. More qualms. Her name would be last on my lips as one to succumb to fanaticism. Her mind a grindstone, pragmatic and tenacious. But I confess, the burning reverence for the Endless that has sparked among my kin disturbs me. Yes, they saved us, but as we Kapaku say, only the flame gives its warmth freely. For now, I must put these doubts aside. The time has come to strike out from our Savior's cradle. We will make Auriga our home, even if others already claim it. Descending in the Endless's great vessel, we spied nomadic trails, scattered hamlets, even bustling metropolises. We will start with the villages in whose midst we find ourselves. The Magma Council are agreed. So our long journey beneath the stars is over, but Auriga is not the empty world the Endless promised us. Other skins stalk the land. Some more civilized, others less so. Feels pretty judgmental to me. We need to secure our position, have 5 units of any single strategic resource stockpiled. Okay. So the Concrete are one of the 2 factions in the Great Endless Civil War. Like I said, we're not really going to spend a lot of time getting into that, but in case you were curious what they were talking about there. So really what we need to do basically is just, we could build a glass steel extractor right now. We did start with that technology, but honestly, we're pretty likely to get some strategics just from ruin searching. So really all I'm doing right now is looking for ruins. Unsuccessfully, for the most part. So keep in mind, all of these tiles are going to look like they don't have food, but we are still looking for places that are worth settling. That is a wine deposit. And over here we have some spiral rock peel, so I'm definitely thinking about this region already. We have some Bos here, you know? Bos are good workers. They make a fine assimilation. You're the one who's going to go get this. Deposit 15 emeralds. That is not, in fact, any loot at all. Okay, there's gold here. Wow, we are just getting nothing. Okay. I probably do want to rush this the very instant it is possible to do so. And then do we want to put the glass steel up? Maybe it would be best to get it established now just to be on the safe side. In case we don't get our ruin searching. Yeah, I'm definitely a little worried about it. Alright, so population. Population's good. Ruins, also good. Got ourselves 40 dust and 5 science. Cool. Well, it's not strategic resources, but it's still valuable stuff. Let's, just poke our head up this way a little bit, but I want to end my turn next to a village where I can. You can loop around over here. Okay. So we'll end our turn here. We'll talk to these, come up here and search this village, and then we'll go talk to the home region village right after. That is a dragon tree over there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, okay. Return to this village when you're ready to give them 50 dust. Well... yeah, I guess let's pacify them. Alright, bring 5 titanium to another Kazanji village, and it's not that one. That one's not lit up, so that's interesting. We know that there is a third village here. We found nothing. And you can't make science out of nothing. Okay, that's likely to happen just for free. So that'll get us some resources for moving things along. Ooh, look at this. And even more wine. Empty ruin. Okay, 5 glass steel. So that right there is going to move our faction quest forward. Which means we don't have to finish this, but we may as well, right? Alright, what do we need now? 12 turns to the eclipse, probably like 3 or 4-ish turns of eclipse, and then a winter happening right afterward. Probably makes it so it doesn't make any sense for us to do cultivation, like I said. Let's grab the mill foundry. You know, however productive you are, you could always be more productive. And you'll notice the strategic resource has a little indicator on it that we can click it, because this is how we make our volcano formers. You can see it would cost us 2 glass steel to build one right now. Each time you build a volcano former out of a particular strategic resource, the next, it raises the cost to make further out volcano formers out of that same resource. So we have to be careful about the way we spend these, especially since, as you know, glass, steel, and titanium get so incredibly valuable in the late game. Yeah, I'm thinking that this region looks compelling. I'd very much like to have a source of wine income. And then there's another wine income up here. We might be able to make something happen here. And 10 Titan Bones, which I believe we will be popping immediately. We must strike good terms with our closest neighbors. Pacify all villages within your capital's region to receive mercenary market. That's pretty cool. I want to do that. I want to have friends with my neighbors. Please give me an easy quest. Destroy a Kazanji village in Liku. Well... is it this one? It is that one. That's doable. It's gonna crash the other quest, unfortunately. What did we get for it? 10 grass silk, and I think I'm just gonna kill him. Actually, yeah. Yeah, if you're asking me to burn one village down and destroy a quest, it may as well be this one right here. Do I want to bring the hero back for this, for the XP and everything? I think so. Let's run the hero's movement out looking for more stuff to search. Please? All right. Ooh, look at that. Wow. Cool. 40 more dust and also 3 attack for all my units. That'll show them. Okay, so this is just some archers, not really well suited to fighting our hero. Our hero did in fact get totally pasted there. It's fine. And that does technically finish our faction quest. They are pacified. We take small steps, but vital ones. We are on friendly terms with the primitive tribes in the surrounding lands. Again, not super hype about that language. And can begin to broaden our horizons. One thing troubles me, though. A strange contraption gifted to us by one of the tribes. Ancient yet intricate, it speaks to a deep past. From the Journal of Custodian Actal. The night terrors assail me every eve. Half truth, half fantasy, they are born from my memories of the last days on our old world. Wave upon wave of killer machines moving ever closer to our last remaining settlements, crashing against our golem defenders whose numbers dwindle every day. Beyond them, I see that our beautiful world is already gone. Sturdy grasses covering what was once lava plains, volcanoes smoldering into dormancy, the air disgustingly clear. And then our endless saviors arrive, smashing the machine menace. But when Overseer Elohis reaches me, he offers not a hand, but a fist. I always wake at that moment, stone cold. Auriga is not only settled with crude other skins. Our scouts have unearthed more ancient mechanisms, intricate, complex devices that couldn't have been fashioned by any of the races we've come across. Even our best tinkers are bewildered by the intricacy of the craftsmanship. There can be only one conclusion. A great civilization once occupied this world. I watched Custodian Tua carefully as the truth was announced at the Magma Council meeting. She knows more than she lets on. Overseer Elohis claims ignorance and plays down the implications. The galaxy is ancient, it says. Who knows what races spread across the stars in past eras? Today they are gone, and only primitive tribes remain. Auriga is still yours to make in your own image. You have our blessing. A solemnity has fallen over the Kapaku. There are stirrings of a schism. Some whisper that we must learn more of these other skins before we act further, while others murmur that we must strike while we still have the advantage of surprise. There is but one thing agreed by all. We must be prepared. Now is not the time for ideological disputes. Our survival is at stake. So we need to start finding allies for the coming conflicts. There you go. That's the good logic. Assimilate a minor faction to receive Shaman's insight, which makes your Stone Sentinels not have military upkeep. Okay. So I don't think the Boasts would be a bad assimilate. What do we got down here? We got some Gelderis. We got three Kazanji region villages in this region, which is maybe compelling. We're gonna have to do some volcano forming. All right. You've used all your movement for the moment. Let's have a look over here. They would like me to bring back 3 minor faction units. That seems very unlikely to occur. Alright. Dust and Science and Dust and Science. So we're definitely just going to rebuild this village. It is going to take forever. It helps a little, I guess. Oh, right. I was going to pop this. This will certainly help. There we go. 4 turns. Okay. So that's a point of population. The Kazanji wanted glass steel, right? Or titanium? Yeah, the one we don't have. Oh, there is an unknown resource deposit in this region. Okay, we need to go hunt that down. It may well be the case that there is a titanium deposit right here. And if there is, we shall construct it forthwith. Oh, there's a deposit of an additional player on my border. I don't love that. Yeah, no, that's actually like very bad news. Is this okay? These are both temple ruins. Okay, gonna be worth winding our way back up here right before the eclipse happens. And as soon as I'm allowed to separate these units, as soon as the reassignment cooldown for our hero is up, I will be re-separating them. Okay, there's that. Knew it couldn't be far. Okay, it's another glass steel deposit, in fact. What a weirdly large region. What a weirdly shaped large region. Well... do we want to meet Pink? Do we want to know who our neighbor is? It probably matters a lot, right? It's the Mycera. Okay, well... oh, also we got a Skyfin. The Alayi start with shipyard technology, so this does not necessarily mean that red is on our landmass. This could have crossed an ocean already. But they can't be very far, because they sure don't start with a Skyfin. They get one really early in their quest line, but like it's still, you know, they still have definitely not had a Skyfin for more than like 6 or 7 turns, so yeah, lots of interesting stuff going on here. What do I want to do with you? I actually don't know. It looks like Vedra, unless Pink has an army in Vedra, Vedra's about to get pacified. Oh, I didn't check. Are we on... okay, we are on Pacify 8 villages for this. So, it sure would be nice to get it. What is our wealth harvester? 130 die for having 30 of one luxury at a time. Okay, that's fine. Please tell me this contains 5 titanium. It would make my life so much easier if this contains 5 titanium. Okay, success on the quest. It was 10 gold. I mean, that's still cool. Okay, there's another ruin over there. We'll try that one. I almost don't even want to move away from this, because like it's such a long way back here. That's a temple ruin. That's an unspoiled. We should finish sorting all this. So, definitely build me one of these. Yeah, all right, get it done quickly. And what do we want next? Do we need more science? Yeah, kind of. Those tech speeds are getting a little unacceptable. We'll build our geomic lab, too. Man, I wish I had a Skyfin. Oh, okay. They're coming over here to attack me. Just to make my life worse, for no benefit to themselves. Because, you know, that's how the AI is. Now, Mycera as a neighbor is not necessarily a bad thing. They're not like a hyper-aggressive faction all the time, but they can be very annoying at the very least. And the AI will always, in the early game, just attack your units for the hell of it. So we probably do want to get out of here. Let's start volcano forming Vedra. We're not going to get any settling pressure from them. We don't need to be in a big hurry, but it would be cool to take over Vedra, get these already pacified boss on side, and plus, y'all need to see how volcano forming works. Yep, they were coming right after us. I knew they would be. So this is cool. We've got some stuff set up. let's build our geomic lab. Can I get one turn? I can get one turn. Cool. You can come down here and check out Quausk. See if there's anything fun down here for us. And then I think this person's likely to volcano form some of this region, because we're gonna need it. All right, so where do we want to actually do the volcano forming? I have to admit the area around the spiral rock peel is not as cool as I was hoping it would be, but it kind of looks like the whole region's just sort of not great. Right here's fine, I guess. Well, there's no food from any of this. I don't know, actually. Here, we'll keep an eye on this army and see. Yeah, it's kind of not great, honestly. A lot of this, like, single dust desert garbage. Maybe we'd be better off. You know what? Oof. Oof, that's a long run. Am I? Oh, I'm allowed to. Sorry. It will be less of a run for Makani. Yeah. Okay, so Makani will do that, and you'll search up this way. But we still need to settle this region. You'll come over here and put down... Yeah, it's just going to be kind of a bad settle, is all. It happens. We want the wine, though. Ooh, speaking of settles. Criminy. Well, now this is compelling. How do I want to set this up? Yeah, wow, there's a step soil down there. Okay, so let's talk about volcano forming. I am going to build us our first volcano former. So you can see that first one costs 2, the next one will cost 4, and so on, and it'll be like that for each resource. So we want to be diverse about how we do this. Any army can lay down a volcano former. And when you lay down a volcano former, you can see this like faint orange outline. It will turn the tile underneath itself and all adjacent tiles into volcanic terrain, and it takes 5 turns to do so. Obviously, you want to try to be careful with these because you want to be very efficient, right? You don't want to have to like... My concern with placing a volcano former right here, where it is obviously very good, is that I also want to volcano form this step soil. And so like I'm thinking this would be a pretty good place for one. And if we put one here, they've overlapped their effectiveness somewhat, and it does like, you know, there's like a limited number of these we're going to be able to build in the game, right? It's not a small number, but it is a limited number. So I'm kind of thinking, let's build one here. And if we're going to build one here, then we should put one down right here as well. It will volcano form the water tiles, and they will become more useful for us. So, yeah, start one up right here. And then we'll set another one right there at the beginning of next turn. And then we haven't met the minor faction in this region yet, but we'll figure that out. Yeah, we'll do some volcano forming over here. We'll build ourselves a settler. Have a grand old time. It's turn 12? I might want to get on that settler thing. Yeah, let's do that. Seems like a good time for it. Try to put the city down on turn 20 right after we buy the Empire plan. And then we will assimilate this minor faction. Oh. So once a tile is volcano formed, there's no way of unvolcano forming it. It is that way forever. But a volcano former can be destroyed while it is in action. So I am a little worried about putting it down right in front of these inhabitants. But the thing is, no, it's just bad. It's just not good to do it. Okay, maybe this first settler is going to Qualisk instead. It must be a single village region, and the village must be on that tile. There's definitely some weirdness about Qualisk. Like, this here. The stasis pillars, apparently, there we go. These stasis pillars, you almost never see these outside of icy terrain. And I mean, we're close to the pole, so I guess it's cold. But it's not so cold that the terrain generated icy. I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, this is going to be so good for us. And then this isn't even actually volcano forming, but it doesn't need to be. This tile doesn't have any food on it, so we're not missing anything. Yeah. Really interesting stuff. Okay, up here. So am I going to go for this? Is the question. We could bring our hero back. Honestly, hold on. 36 attack, 39 defense. Do 2 Epitanes beat a Stone Sentinel? I'm not certain they do. Because it would cost us 6 glass steel to put this down. It is not trivial. And I don't even really want this region. I mean, I guess we could just take Irimda without taking Vedra? I do want the boast, though. Yeah. I'm actually really torn on this, because it's a lot of glass steel to lose early. If that is indeed how that goes, which it looks like it probably will be. You know what? Let's not do it right now. We will do it, but I'm gonna prep Irimda first. That's where we'll get our titanium from, I guess, to make Liku work, and then we'll figure it all out. What do you all want? There's a Delver village in Kothayan. And oh good, if I destroy it, they'll give me some glass steel. Can you imagine such riches? There we go. A single village of haunts and an empty ruin. Alright, so it's about to be eclipse time. Should probably... It's like this is a temple. That's an unspoiled. That's an unspoiled. Yeah, I think what I'm hoping right now is that we will find a movement conflux for this sentinel, and he'll run all the way back up to Brahma, maybe. All right, let's see if we would be welcome here. Gift 8 gold. Well, I do actually have gold, but our Titan bones just ran out, and running this gold is essential to keeping my people happy, so I think we're going to do that instead. Sorry there, friend. I guess I shouldn't have orders in place already. Not right now. I am going to go over here and drop a volcano former. And then I guess I'm going to move down there, because that'll be fun to search in a second. Somebody just moved up to Era 2, and good for them. Turn 15. So as enticing as Quatlusk is, it does not have access to titanium. But I should probably come down here and get it anyway, right? Yeah, the city we build here is going to be so good. Okay, so what is next? It's probably sewers. Try to get these cities to be happy without resources pumping through them all the time. Okay. Confluxes. Oh, let's have you turn around and grab that one. Oh, hey, a fortress. Oh, no. Skyfin's coming for my ruin. I see him. There just are not a lot of confluxes around here. So we got 80 dust and 40 dust. Cool. Notice we do not get science for the pure ruin search. We could detour you to here for a conflux, but boy, that's out of the way. Yeah, there's no version of this where he gets these temples. That's a real shame. I guess the settler can do it. Right? We don't actually need the settler to report to this place as efficiently as possible. Yeah, okay, you go get this one. And then, am I building another settler, or am I building military units? I'm going to put out another settler. I'm going to go to 3 cities right after the Empire plan. That's my thought. We'll see if it actually works out. Okay. So yeah, we'll take Arimda, we'll take Quatlusk, and we'll worry about Vedra later, which is a thing we can do because we know our neighbor can't expand. Ooh, 10 titanium. Nice. And Makani Che gets extra point of movement, which I should have put in before moving for the turn. It's a small failure of imagination on my part. So, like I said, the confluxes are more effective on Kapaku units. You can see this has given us +6 movement instead of +4. All right, we will totally make this. You can grab that. And then from there, I know this one has turning in the Kazanji quest handled. So I guess you just come back. Honestly, I guess you could probably handle this thing, and we could just have the settler come down here. So notice, we have now successfully volcano formed this terrain, which has put a little bit of food on it. Yeah, we didn't necessarily get a ton out of laying down that volcano former, but if we end up having Kapaku governors and stuff, we're going to want to have volcano-formed terrain for them to benefit from. Yeah, I maybe didn't even need to do this volcano forming because there was not a ton of food at stake. Well, little bits, though. Little bits matter, especially in the early game when we're talking about food for cities. Little bits matter. Yeah, I think that's the right way to do that. Oh, speaking of governors. Right, I got governor tech for free and we're rich now. So I should probably do that. Oh, I didn't turn off the settlers movement plan. Well, that's fine. Go get this and then run back. You're fast. You're plenty fast. And you are going to do something else. I don't know. Hold on a second. All right, 80 dust. Hell, we might be able to buy 2 governors. So who is in the market right now? We have... there's a Soyala Tocho, who's like pretty good. We have an Ululani Raui. Obviously a pretty nice fit. Shaman Rawiri is Army Attack Boost 2. Grand Cleric Akuma, Dust Boost 2. I think I'd be inclined to take Ululani over any of that. There's a Feeds on Bones, who is, I think, probably a pretty good governor for the city that goes where the boss are. But I think we're going to take this Ululani Raui as our initial city governor. All right, more science, more industry. How do you not love it? So what do I do with you? I honestly don't know. Wait, do I just not have the quest from this region? Nope, I just never asked. Colonize the region for stuff. Okay, well, I might. That might happen. Yeah, I guess let's look to merge up. It's probably going to be time for violence pretty soon. Or at least it's a time when we need to be ready for violence. That is a village we're supposed to destroy. This is a temple ruin that has already been robbed of its Eclipse Search by some callous monster. Gee, I wonder who. So you probably need orders immediately so as not to get drawn into combat. I was going to go talk to them, but now I wonder if that's even safe. How much movement do you have? 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. This isn't actually safe, but I do want to see more territory. Okay, they went the other way anyway. 10 gold and 5 science. We could flip that Haunts village, but honestly, I don't know if I think it's worth the gold. I guess we don't necessarily have a use for 10 gold otherwise. Since we already have a gold booster running and we're about to put down a city, and like by the time this is up, we will put down a city and the cost of this will be 15 instead. So yeah, we could just give it to them. All right, I will definitely just feed you. And then... I'm gonna put down this volcano former. Get over here and merge up. I assume by now somebody has probably started the Museum of Auriga. No, actually. Do I want to try that? Do I think I could get that? It'd be 9 turns as things look right now. It would get us a pretty good additional tile. I actually very much want to do it. We're going to see. Yep, 11, 7, 9, 10 becomes 19, 14, 3, 10. Fine by me. Not a lot of food to work with. So this did turn out to be just a 2-village region, sadly. Still good, though. So we can run up here and settle Irimda, like I was saying. We could just defeat the Herna village, since it turns out to be a 1-village region anyway. You can search this. And then get the hell back down here. Sadly, it is going to take you a lot longer than that says to get back down here because your stuff is about to run out. This is the other settler. I don't know. The other settler, we're going to plot that like a turn at a time. And what do I want now? We're probably going to see this winter happen like pretty much immediately. We're planning to settle into wine. We're going to need open pit mine for that. And we are at 6 of 8 villages. So just a little bit of extra work would be really great. I mean, if we destroyed this village, if I ran back up, destroyed that village, and then came back here and turned in the quest, that would do it. That would be 8 right there. And it's not entirely impossible. I think I'm going to snap back to here. This will boost the movement speed of this army. Because I'm going to want backup for fighting these Delvers. But there goes the eclipse, unfortunately. Got some good volcano forming going on. Somebody's got something to say about that. Mother Auriga appreciates the guiding light your volcano forming of terrain near our armies brings. Huh. So I'm a little surprised that there's even a dialogue for that. That's weird. Do we want another thing? Do we want like unit cost reduction? We probably don't need plus vision. You know what? Let me save it because I'm going to be assimilating soon anyway. And am I going to attack these Epitanes? Are we going to get a little bit aggressive with our neighbor for the purpose of preventing them from getting too powerful? I don't know. Even if I did that, I'm not sure it would be successful, honestly. Like, we know they have probably another full army at least already. It's probably just antagonism for the sake of antagonism. We'll try to ignore it. Gelderus. Yeah, okay. So these cities are not going to get down quite as quickly as I wanted. This really sucks. This tile being wooded. Things could be so much better. All right. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Do I want to just go ahead and settle over here? The Mycera have already grown over this wine. They haven't grown over this wine yet. And I'm going to put down right on top of it and get ocean access. No, I want to push all the way up here. But I don't want to assimilate the Hernas. Yeah, that's rough. This is the right assimilate. Well, it's fine, I guess. Okay. Winter, not exactly a surprise, I suppose. Definitely inconvenient, though. Oh, hey, the Haunt's army has spawned already. That's fun. Where exactly am I putting this city down? So let's see here. 2932 2 with 20 approval. 6920 with 20 approval. Okay, I mean, turns out it's not really that complicated. Yeah, this is so much. Like, this is where all the food is. This is so much science. So wait, I'll have you move here. Don't put the city down right away. All right, you're moving there. We have money, but we're hemorrhaging a little bit. Basic summer 1 nonsense. It's a little slow, but if it works, it's going to be really nice. Three turns. You know what? I will just refire this booster. It'll just reset the internal on it, but that's fine. And then we'll terraform, volcanoform Lihu, and we'll get this other stuff figured out. Oh, hey, it's the Skyfin. Cool. Obviously, I retreat. Skyfin looking pretty cool in its winter form. We destroy this village trivially. Apparently, I should have done that manually. How did you not even get the kill? Oh no, somebody, quick, assimilate the Dorgeshi. Not really my kind of thing. Yeah, that sucks. The fact that they couldn't get that done. Usually you're safe using the auto-resolve, but every once in a while it really does screw you. I'm going to go ahead and refire this. And then we're going to put this down. This city will still be above the happiness threshold. Going to work for one of those quickly. And in fact, is it better to buy this than it is to buy a governor? Hard to say. We're going to need this for sure. A governor right now is going to cost almost everything. Feeds on bones, not actually good for this village. But we could do Grand Cleric Akuma, who does give dust. How much dust is dust boost to? 4 dust per hero's level, plus 1%. I'm going to buy the building, actually. All right. 5 turns. All right, my units heal for a small amount. I'm pretty sure these units don't. Oh, shoot. I forgot to, it's a good thing for me that the Skyfin moved away, because I forgot to have that unit commit to its movement, and that could have been a disaster. All right, I'm going to do the same thing here. I know it's going to put us low, We're gonna move people around and whatever, but I need to get these cities functional quickly. Okay. You are gonna run all the way over to here. That's legal, right? Yeah, it's hard to tell. The spaces that tell you where you can move are white, and the terrain is also white. Okay. Glad we got that sorted. 15 glass steel, hooray! Seriously? You tremendous asshole. So somebody has to live to get back to the village? And if we... How much movement do you have left? Can I tell? 5. Okay. So nobody has enough movement to survive a retreat? Wow. Wow. That's just out of nowhere. That's really, really cruel. That's like profoundly cruel. Oh wow. Geomic Labs actually totally bananas here? Like 100% the most bananas? Well, we can't retreat. Gotta fight. So let's fight. I don't think we kill a Skyfin though. I think it's probably got us. So you have 5 movement and 3 range, and you can fly. One, 2, 3, 4, and then attack from here. Yeah, or move to here and attack the hero. This sucks. This sucks and you're an asshole. I guess the hero goes first. Hero is safe. Alright, good news is it's a ranged unit, so it's gonna be bleeding attack and defense here via morale by being so close to a lot of us. But these things have a ridiculous amount of health for an early game unit. Alright, well if we just survive, that's good enough. Okay, so he killed that unit. Now he has, okay, 5 movement with which to fuck off. Oh, just declaring intent to be a huge asshole to me a second time. Can we get close enough to the city for that to... Maybe. I mean, it's the only way we could possibly survive another attack, so it is the plan. And then, yeah, everybody's doing their best. Turns out game's hard. Welcome to Era 2. Just leave me the hell alone. Did somebody seriously get... Yes. Somebody did seriously get tactical training the turn before we were going to. Who was it? Green. I don't even know. Okay. I don't know who that is. Well, looks like we're going to get this. I still do want to turn this quest in, of course, because that's population for Arimda. Make me an Empire Mint. You also make me an Empire Mint and prioritize that above whatever else you're doing. Get an Empire Mint in here. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. We'll get a birth one turn earlier, and then. Well, am I gonna lose? No, right? Yeah, this will be fine. So we take one, we add one, we're basically subtracting 6 industry from this thing to get a birth one turn earlier, which will add the industry back, but also it will lead us in a slightly better position as far as the food pile goes in the overall. And then we do need Golem Camp, but because we don't yet have any titanium up, I'm going to go grab cultivation first, because we're going to need this as soon as the winter's over. I'm intentionally not issuing you a move order until after I think everybody else has moved. Okay, population's growing. We're just going to wait a second. And then we are going to have to put the small amount of population in the outer cities onto dust for a second here to just kind of like hold things up for a moment. In a couple of turns, we're going to be in much better shape. Losing tactical training like that does hurt, though. That felt real bad. Okay, yeah, get back to friendly territory. We'll figure this all out. So we got ourselves an extra point of population here. I think I am going to keep them on dust. Let's just give ourselves a little bit of help here. They did give us 15 wine, which is sadly not enough wine to pop a booster, but it speeds up the booster. That's good. The wine is going to be very helpful. And then, do I want to assimilate the Hernas, even though they're not our long-term? Yeah, I mean, we got to move our faction quest forward, right? And y'all are going to run home to heal. All right, lots of stuff's going on. Tell me. Okay, well. All right, so we lost the building by 1 turn, right? It was 2 turns last turn. So we lost that building by 1 turn, and we lost tactical trading by 1 turn. And we lost that building by 1 turn to Pink, who was not ahead of us on building it as of us being at like 70% on it. So my suspicion is that some shenanigans perhaps have occurred here. We are killing them, obviously. All right. We need to start finding allies for the coming conflicts. Ain't that the truth? The fractures in our society still run deep. Whether we will share this land or conquer it, we know not. But at least we will have allies to strengthen our cause. Most pleasing of all, our new allies show us how to create even more powerful stone sentinels. Well, not more powerful, but certainly freer. From the Journal of Custodian Actal. We are united in our survival, but the fault lines in our society grow. After leading a geological expedition, Overseer Elohis returned only to be ambushed by an angry crowd. They jostled the Endless, accusing it of deceiving the Kapaku, and demanding it admit the truth of why its people sent us to Auriga. I know not what truth they imagined, but their accusations found sympathy among many passers-by. Open riot seemed imminent until cooler heads prevailed. Privately, my mind too worries over these ideas. It's probably a little bit... Let me take that again. Privately, my mind too worries over these ideas. Are we being turned into tools, here to destroy an ancient enemy of the Endless? Are we part of a cruel entertainment or experiment? Or are we, as Elohis maintains, simply unlucky to find Auriga inhabited? Custodian Tua stands fast by the latter. Even more than the High Priest of the Temple of the Saviors, she is the one who has become the figurehead of the Endless's defenders. The Endless saved us from the machines, she railed. Do we so easily forget? Overseer Eloise has forsaken its people, its home, its very physical form, so that we may benefit from its wisdom and survive this harsh world. Remember, we Kapaku are certainly fallible. That's maybe a weird translation of a cultural saying. It seems like sort of a non sequitur there. She still burns from the Magma Council's refusal to address the machine incursion early enough. To our great shame, to my great shame, most of us thought them innocent visitors. And who paid the greatest price for that willful ignorance? The Haku clan. Tua's clan. So, we find ourselves split at either side of a fissure that runs deeper every day. The doubters and the defenders. And I don't know who to believe. All I know is that there is no going back from Auriga. In spite of its harsh wildernesses, hostile races, and strange climes, it is now our home. With our forces strong, the time has come to thoroughly survey this land. We will have answers. So, there are rays of light in Liligu and Zoparusk. Okay. Yep, those are accessible. Go search stuff, get titanium, defeat anyone who stands in your way, we are told. Well, that means it's probably not a good idea for me to stand here burning this village down, or burning this fungal infection down. Yeah, alright. Well, actually, if I do this, though, it does prevent it from completing for a turn. The Alai are complaining about me taking the pearls that are on my goddamn landmass. Ooh, look at that. That's neat. We should check that out after we kill all the Mycera. Yeah, it's a pretty huge bummer, like a pretty massively huge bummer to have not gotten any of the things we were working on there, to have gotten so completely screwed on everything that way. But it's not something we can't recover from. We didn't spend all that much time building it in the capital. We got back enough money to hire a hero. Like, we'll be all right. And then we're just going to get it when we take it from Pink. So it probably is Soyala Tocho or Grand Cleric Akuma. Let's make it Grand Cleric Akuma. And I don't know that it matters terribly where we put you. Let's do it here. And this is a city from which we can access the ocean, so we could push out there and try to do some of that. I think this, having concluded sort of this like early chapter of the game, this is maybe a pretty good place to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, hopefully we can put into action the first steps of the plan that will lead to us owning Fungus Town and the building we put all of that work into. And we'll see you then.